What is up guys, Dan with Maverick Methods here, and today this is episode 2 and we're going to start right at the beginning. So today we're covering how to actually get set up with your FBA business and lay a really strong foundation from the get-go. So we're going to go through a little bit of whether you should be setting up a company or not, whether you should have a separate business bank account, and also how you can actually go ahead and register with Amazon to start that verification process. So this is just the groundwork, and let's get straight into this. So step 1 is going to actually be selecting your marketplace. So at this stage we're going to consider where we actually want to start this private label journey. So are you looking at the US? Are you looking at the UK? Are you even looking perhaps maybe at newer marketplaces like Australia? And you need to decide on that. Here are some pros and cons of the main marketplaces. You've got the North American Unified Account, which will include the US, Canada, and Mexico. The pros of that is that it is the largest marketplace, by far the highest demand, and there's also a very strong Amazon culture in this area as well, with people leaving reviews, being very active on Amazon, a lot of Prime members, and this can be beneficial when running an FBA private label business. The cons is that this is also the most competitive FBA market. You've got the most private labelers here, and that also gives you less flexibility with your product choice, but nonetheless still the biggest marketplace with a lot of successful sellers. Then you have the European Unified Account, and this one includes the UK, Germany, France, Italy, and Spain. The pros here are that there is lower FBA competition, so you've got less private labelers than in the North American region. You've also got a growing marketplace here where it's going to develop more and more, and they also consider adding marketplaces to this already quite long list. There's more flexibility here with your product choice as well, because you've got that lower competition. So the cons here are that this is a smaller marketplace than the North American marketplace, and so there's lower demand. Your sales per day may well be more in the North American region than in this European region. You've also got less of an Amazon culture in this region than, for example, the North American region, so getting reviews and things like that can be a bit more difficult. So if we look at this map of all of our marketplaces, I think we should all be aiming to sell at least in the North American region as well as the European region. And so it's just a question of where you actually want to start. And when thinking about this, just consider which marketplace you're more comfortable with. Perhaps you live in one of these marketplaces and you therefore would rather just start there. You're more comfortable there. You can also do FBM in that region, which is fulfilled by merchant. So you can sell from a listing on Amazon, but actually ship stuff out from your house or your warehouse as well. So that's a consideration. But overall, just choose your starting marketplace, whatever you think is most suited to you. So this map's also a little bit outdated. We've also got Australia coming to the group as well with amazon.com.au, and so that's definitely one to check out as well. Step 2 is actually set up your company. So now we're thinking about actually registering officially a company, and that's how your business is going to run. It's going to be a separate entity to you. This is a big step, but it can stand you in very good stead as you grow your business. The biggest thing here is choose to set up your business in a country accepted by Amazon. That is very important. Type Amazon accepted registration countries into Google to find those lists, and I'm going to run over them with you now. Note these differ for example, your European region and your North American region. So don't read one list and perhaps think, okay, well, my country is on that list, so I should be good everywhere. I actually made that mistake in the beginning, and that resulted in me having to set up 2 companies. So make sure you check both these lists, and I would say register a company in a country that is accepted by all Amazon marketplaces. So here is your list of countries accepted for seller registration. This has to do with the US or North American region. So double check this list and make sure that the country that you're aiming to register your company in is on this list as well as the next one we look at. here is the list for the UK and European region. And you can see here that these countries actually differ, and this list is actually a lot shorter than the other. So make sure that wherever you're registering your company is accepted by both these lists, so that you can make your business scalable and you can go into any marketplace you wish at a later stage. Further to this, you can see here that Amazon says disbursements in these currencies are supported via Payoneer, a third party. And we're going to touch on that a little bit more. Very important for those of you who do not live in an Amazon marketplace country. If you are based in an Amazon marketplace country, then you may well be able to just proceed even as a sole proprietor and without a company. But if you're based outside of an Amazon marketplace country, as I am, then it is advised to immediately set up a company. You are given far less leeway in terms of setting up and getting verified. So it's really important to proceed with an official company and come across as legitimate. In my opinion, in either case, there are just so many advantages to setting up a company, and in the long run, I think that is definitely the best route to follow. If you're looking to register a US-based company, then many sellers will choose an LLC. That's very, very common. And if you're looking to set up in the UK, then a limited company can also be a good option. Take your personal situation into account and then get in touch with a party in that country that can help you set up that company. If you're looking to set up a company in an overseas country, also note that you don't need to be resident in that country in order to set up a company there. There are actually companies that specialize in helping you set up a company in that country. Both of these countries, US and UK, are accepted by all Amazon platforms, so this can be a really good option if you just want to set up a company once and then be able to sell in all the marketplaces. Set up your business bank account. So the big thing here is that your business bank account doesn't actually need to be in the same country as where your business is registered. In fact, you don't officially need a separate bank account for your business. Some people even use their personal accounts. It is, however, strongly advised that you have a separate business bank account. That's going to help you with bookkeeping and as you grow your business. And it can be beneficial to have that business bank account in the same country that you registered that company in. Amazon, for the most part, can disperse funds to any bank account in an Amazon Marketplace country. So if you're living or based in an Amazon Marketplace country, great. You can actually just go to your local bank, set up that business bank account, and you should be good to go. What you may require when you're doing that is a certificate of incorporation for your business, a proof of identity, and then a proof of residence. And there may be other requirements, but that should be good for the most part. For all the other options that we're going to speak about below here, in terms of the business bank account, you're still going to need those required documents to set those up. If you're based outside of an Amazon Marketplace country, then we need to take some extra steps for that business bank account. You have the following two options. You could set up a foreign bank account, and this is recommended, but it's also the toughest one to do. You are going to aim to open a bank account in the country where you registered that company. So maybe the US, maybe the UK. The people that helped you actually set up that company there may well also be able to help you set up the business bank account. Very often this is going to require at least a visit to the country concerned, and it can cost upwards of $500 to open that account. In some cases, you will actually have to prove residence in the country, making it very difficult. But we do have other options. Option 2, set up a local business bank account and an online bank account and link them together. In this case, you're going to set up a business bank account in the name of your overseas company with your local bank. Choosing a bank with CFC accounts and easy access to Forex specialists can be beneficial for when you actually bring in those different currencies. The second part of this is that you are going to create an online bank account, and this is going to use the service of either Payoneer or World First or something similar to that. You will set up a business account with one of these services. Let's use Payoneer as an example. You will need to provide them with the above mentioned documents, and they are going to issue you a business account once they verify those. This will give you access to a British pound, US dollar, and euro accounts, as well as other very big currencies, and you then have those receiving accounts which you can use with your marketplaces. Payments from Amazon will go into this account, and then from there online you can actually withdraw those funds into your local business bank account that you've created. Take note of exchange rates when you withdraw those funds. Step number 3, go for a professional seller account. Go to your desired Amazon marketplace and set up as a seller. They'll usually have a link on the home page, and you'll be able to enter the process that way. And in the process, you have 2 options: an individual seller account. So there's no monthly fee with this, and essentially that makes it free. However, for every item that you sell, you are going to have to pay a closing fee of 99 cents. Additionally, you're also going to have fewer tools available to you than if you had a professional account. Option 2 here is a professional seller account, and this is going to set you back $39.99 a month for a North American unified account, or £30 a month for a European unified account. But that per item fee will completely fall away. You'll also have full access to the suite of tools on Seller Central. So if it's $39.99 per month for a pro account, it makes sense to upgrade when you reach about 40 sales a month anyway, because after that point you're going to be paying more for an individual account because of your closing fees. That said, it does take time for such an upgrade to be processed when you upgrade from individual to professional, and in my opinion the best way to go is just with a professional account right from the get-go. For now, make your store name anything, just as a stand-in. You can always adapt this later. So right now our goal is to get you into the verification process to save time and get that moving. And in the next video, what we'll do is actually discuss branding, how to select your brand names, what should your store name be, and we'll even discuss things on trademarking. The required documents. So Amazon is actually going to request a whole lot of documents from you when you sign up, and this is to verify you and your company's identity and guard against more shady accounts. Most of the time they're going to ask for a copy or photo of a government issued ID document. So it could be your ID book or your driver's license, etc. A bank statement with your corresponding address on it as well. This serves as a proof of business address and a proof of bank account and the scope of your business. They're going to ask you for things like which categories you wish to sell in, and on that I would suggest choosing ungated categories, and they may ask for the number of products that you are aiming to sell. If you're using Payoneer or World First, you will need to request a statement of ownership. This is a letter for the proof of bank account requirement. It doubles as a proof of business address as well. The letter should be dated within the last 90 days, contain the account name and the address. They're very used to actually providing this, and you should be able to get your hands on it within 4 or 5 days. This will need to be fused with a bank account statement from your local bank account which you are linking to this. You may run into a problem where you now need to upload multiple documents, but you only have one upload section. You're only able to upload one file. So for example, we have our statement of ownership and our local bank account statement, but we can only upload one file on Seller Central. In these cases, you're actually going to need to fuse these documents into single PDFs. This is not complicated and you can do it. Contact a tech-savvy friend, use a program, or simply Google fuse documents PDF, and you should find some really great tools. I think the one I used was Soda PDF, worked very, very well, and that allows you to fuse both the documents and simply upload them as one file to the corresponding upload required Documents tab. So this point is completely crucial. It is very important that you have your company's name, your company's address, and all the other details. You have those match exactly on your required documents as on your Amazon Seller Central account. Those need to always match exactly. If there's even little slight differences, it can put you back and restart your verification process. Make sure those names and addresses are exactly the same on your documents and your account. In rare cases, they may also ask you for other documents, such as a Statutes of Association, it's also known as an MOI, a Memorandum of Incorporation, or a share allotment document. And these are just going to detail other aspects of your company. At a certain stage, you're also going to need to list a credit or debit card on your Seller Central account, from which Amazon can actually collect those monthly payments. This must be a legitimate bank issued card, preferably a credit card. You're all set. Once you've actually uploaded all those documents, just click submit, and then you need to wait for an email from the verification team, and that's going to come to you on the email address that you signed up to Amazon with. If you have further difficulties, just keep calm, continue to give them the documents they need. Also take note of the verification team's email. That can really help you as well. And then from that stage, what you do is upload your documents to Seller Central and also attach them to an email that you send to the verification team. That can just up your chances of getting the required documents to the correct people in a timely manner. The start of this venture can be very daunting, but laying that strong foundation is going to be key to your success. The first few steps can be very tedious, but in the end, this will be worth it. On my verification, as an example, when I started out, it actually took me almost 4 months to get through verification, and that included setting up 2 different companies because of all the mistakes I made and not checking things correctly. So I hope this really speaks to you guys and gives you the value you need so that you avoid making those same mistakes. Once you're approved and your information has been verified, you are ready to go. In the next video, we'll be talking about branding and your brand strategy and discussing all the different names involved with this type of business. So your company name and what that is for, your store or seller name and what that's for and what that should be, your brand name and what's entailed there, how you should choose that, as well as touch on trademarking and everything involved there. I hope you guys found value in this, and I will see you in the next one.